So in this segment, if after watching this you still support the Conservative Party, what I want you to do is get lost. Because in this segment we're going to be talking about a double crime here. We're going to be talking about children who are being ill-treated by this government, so to the point where they won't even supply them proper free school meals, right, to their homes whilst they're in a lockdown because this government couldn't deal with a pandemic that other countries have dealt with much, much better than us. And secondly, this is a scam on the taxpayer who are paying this company, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes, vast sums of money to be told that this amount of food is worth around £30. All right. And so we're going to go with the first scandal, and then we're going to talk about the scam on the taxman. All right. So what you have here is food that's meant to last 10. It's meant to be about 10 days, so 10 lunches, right? It's meant to be the free school meals for 10 lunches. You can't make 10 meals out of this. You can barely make a few. You can't do much healthy here. You could do, say, let's try and figure this out. So you could do beans on toast, or beans and jack potato here. You can do you can have like an apple, and some days you can have a snack bar. So you got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they could argue that maybe you can have 10 snacks. That's not really going to work. There's not much citrus here either, so you're lacking a lot of vitamins. There's a very small bag of pasta and some potatoes. This is meant to last for 10 meals when you could struggle to make 10 meals out of this. You would. And this is, the taxpayer has been charged £30 for this, when this is about £5, maybe £6 worth of food. And there are people who are arguing that, oh look, the company's got costs, etc. But you could just give the parents the vouchers. You could have worked. You've had almost a year. You could have worked with shops to make a voucher where it can only be spent on food and drinks. You can't buy alcohol or cigarettes or anything like that with it. But instead, you chose to scam the taxman. So screw you, Bojo, the Wonder Clown, Gavin Williamson, and whoever the hell else was involved with this project. Because this is not enough for 10 meals, and you could not do a lot with some of this stuff. It's just shocking behaviour. And so, here you got two days jacket potatoes with beans, 8 single cheese sandwiches. No margarine or anything, no butter. 2 days carrots, and some of this stuff will go off. These apples will not last a week. These bananas will not last a week. These carrots probably won't last a week. So it's just shocking what's done. But you know what? Yeah, honestly, this isn't the worst one. So be prepared for that. So here you have, on the left, this is £30. This is what £30 could buy you. You've got proteins here. You've got potatoes. I think that's sausage. I can't quite tell. Milk. Multiple different types of fruits and vegetables here. You got pears, apples, oranges. I think those are peaches, onions, potatoes, tomatoes, carrots, eggs, butter, chocolate bar, Oreos, leeks. Some nicer bread, and I'm going to assume those are sweet potatoes. And here, this is what £30 could buy you. Now, okay, you can argue, look, this company's got overheads, etc. Yeah, it would not cost a lot to have someone set this up, because all you're doing is just taking things out of multi-pack bags or bulk purchased items and then sticking them in a box. So the overheads here are not that high. It's just shocking behaviour. So we go to who is the mastermind behind this. So the guy who runs this company. So here, some parcels were supplied by a private company, catering company called Chatwell. So why is a catering company doing this, you might ask? So it's part of the food service giant group, Compass Group. The former chairman, Paul Walsh, was once a member of David Cameron's business advisory group. So what's happened here, by the looks of things, is, I know a guy who can do that. My boy, David Cameron's boy, Paul Walsh. And so here you've got, the company saying they're going to investigate this because some of this stuff isn't up to spec. This is a significant more amount of food. But the fact is, some of this stuff will go bad really quickly. And this isn't the worst of it, like I said. So we know here, Conservative Party donor, the company here, Chartwell, saying, thank you for bringing this to attention. This does not reflect the specifications of one of our hampers. Please can you DM us the details of the school that your child attends, and we will investigate the matter immediately. And here you have, Jack Monroe, a person who gives a lot of advice to people how to, make budget meals, etc., saying that this is not the first picture she's seen of this. And So this is shocking behaviour from this company. It shouldn't be a surprise. Here you have more stuff here. This is another meal for one, I'd assume. So 10 meals for one child, I'd assume here. More of it, but again, these aren't even the worst ones. I've seen ones that are far worse than this. If we keep going, this is the article that I've just linked to. Shouts out all the people who are talking about this story. We need them. This is just the same one. So Marcus Rashford. Talking about wanting to share the key points from a conversation with Chartwells this morning. There's a meeting scheduled between Chartwells and the education, that would be the education department today. So information provided. Free school meals hampers are currently distributed to provide 10 lunch meals per day. So all of that stuff was all meant to last 10 days across 2 weeks. This concerns me because firstly, I relied on breakfast club, free school meals, and after school clubs. Is one meal a day, Monday to Friday, enough for children, the most vulnerable? Because he's right here, because some of these children, a lot of these children may be eligible for breakfast clubs. That money's gone because they're not being given it. And so Rashford, a guy who relied on these social services, a man who's given back so much more to the taxpayer, so much more in terms of inspiration as well. No one can say that these kids don't deserve help, because not every one of these kids is going to be a Marcus Rashford, but at least give them the chance to achieve something in their life. Marcus Rashford's a rare anomaly in the system, but at least give these kids the fair opportunity that they deserve. So stop them being hungry, give them nutrition meals, because then that stops other problems down the line, which saves our healthcare system as well. This government has refused to give them laptops, refused to fund them adequately so they can have internet access. I don't hear anyone saying that these kids, it's their parents' fault. No kid was born wanting to be poor. Every kid deserves a chance in life. So we keep going. Information provided. The value uplift from the free school meals hampers has not come into play. We have so many independent businesses who have struggled their way through 2020. Why can't we mobilise them to support the distribution of food packages? Am I being naive? No, you're not, mate. Information provided. Chartwells supply free school meals when schools are operational. Chartwells is not the exclusive supplier of free school meals across the UK. Chartwells has asked me to make clear the picture in circulation that features the pepper is not one of their hampers. So it's not just Chartwells then we have other problems with a lot of other companies. Chartwells hampers feature supporting recipes that families can easily identify. He's gone off with the information provided. What recipe are they supposed to make out of this? What do you make out of this? I don't know. Rashford needs to be careful here by not just falling for propaganda. One thing is clear to me is that there is very little communication with the suppliers that a national lockdown was coming. We must do better. Children shouldn't be going hungry on that basis. We aren't communicating or being transparent with plans. This is unacceptable. So this is what they received for 2 children. A lot of potatoes. This tuna is scary because that stuff can go bad really quickly. And it's not in any oil or brine, and it's not in the tin. It's been taken out of the tin and handled by someone. A lot of pasta. What are you supposed to have this? Pasta, beans, and tuna for a week. This is madness. And a lot of people being concerned by the open tuna and the fact that they've used some sort of milkshake cup to seal it. It's just shocking what's going on here. You have so many of these examples, right? You have here, this is for, 2 different children. They've taken out half a loaf of bread, they put it into this one. When, this is going to the same house, assumingly. So why not just leave it in the bag? I don't understand. Here you have more tuna being taken out of the tins. Why don't you give them tins of tuna? I don't understand what's happened here. A butter thing being halved when that'll stay in the fridge. I don't understand what's going on here. At least these guys got some citrus, but they're trying to claim this is £60 worth of food. This is £60 worth of food, and they can make the argument that they have to sort out everything. Bro, Tesco charge you £3 for delivery. Like, their overheads are not that high. This is appalling. This is that one again. So, this person here claiming, I couldn't find anything on the website, but he's claiming, or this person's claiming that your website specifically mentions tuna as a food poisoning hazard. Tuna in this child's hamper is not safe and needs to be investigated urgently. You have more plastic tubs of tuna. And this company, they have form in doing this because, this is from Anjarani. You can see I'm a bit messy doing this video. Apologies for that. You have more stuff here. At least they've got their tuna in a tin, but what are you supposed to make from this? I don't understand. And it's not just Chartwells here; it's whoever's been contracted to do this. This is one of the ones I was talking to you about. So let's have a detailed look at this picture, because the more you look at it, the more you get worse. That's cheese in a change bag, which I hope has been sanitized. You have pasta in these carrier bags. A carrot that's been cut up, an apple, half a pepper, a bell pepper. What's that? A quarter of an onion, some biscuits, half a tomato, and tuna. Again, that's sealed in one of those bags. Like this one is the worst one. Why are they doing it like this? I don't understand. This stuff is gonna go bad really quickly. What's with the carrot? I don't. This is £30 worth of food. All right then. This isn't even £10 worth of food. Honestly, it's shocking behaviour. I just, the government is hiring a company that's ripping them off, and this company Chartwells, they have form doing this because this is from last year. So shouts out to Bristol Live for covering this one, and this is from last year. This is from March 24th, 2020. So they've had almost a year to sort this out, right? And they're still doing the same thing. I mean, to be fair, this is way worse because there's nothing really that good here apart from the fruit. You have so many of this stuff here. Crisps, not good for kids. Biscuits, cakes. The yogurt might be full of sugar as well. That would be concerning. You got this prick here, Derek Wilkinson. Piss off, you donkey. Talking about parents need to supply their kids properly. They obviously don't have the money, especially during a pandemic, you idiot. And here you got this person here saying this is a breach of dietary health and safety. Excess fats and salts, breach of contract failure to supply, breach of humanity. I don't know how much of these things are actually good, but yeah, this is not fit for anyone, especially not kids who are growing and need a lot of nutrients. I mean, this one here, you can get maybe a couple meals out of that. What do you want to do? Eat cheese slice sandwiches with no margarine or anything like that for a week. Meatball pasta, beans pasta, tomato pasta, or tomato beans and potatoes. Like, I don't understand here. They've also put these things in bulk because they seem to be in most of these pictures. This is just shocking behaviour, and a final tweet here from my boy Jolien Rubenstein saying that foreign aid can't do that. Being in the UK, EU, no, that's too expensive. Helping refugees, no. Why? We need to look after our own. Okay then. Okay, this is the UK looking after their own. We have not come far from workhouses and the idea that the poor are poor because they waste all their money. Roundtree did a survey. It was in the last century, early last century, where he asked people what their daily expenditures were, and it wasn't all beers and cigarettes. A lot of it was just on household spending, feeding their kids. And Roundtree deduced that people aren't poor because they spend their money on items they don't need. People are poor because they don't have money to live. People don't have enough money. This was done, I think almost a century ago. Roundtree did the survey, and we have not evolved far past that, have we? Because giving this to a family, saying this is, enough for 10 days, that's shocking, absolutely shocking. And no surprise, this person's a Tory donor. Is anyone surprised by that? I think we'll have to get our expert surprises in Nate Diaz.
Hey, I'm not surprised.
He'll have to talk to us about that, but I'm very angry about this. This is a national scandal on two levels here. This is first children being robbed of a decent future, because how are you going to study properly when you're hungry? And the fact is, as Rashford pointed out, because this is something I didn't think about, because I didn't rely on breakfast clubs, but breakfast clubs are being taken away as well. So you're going to have kids, missing one meal in breakfast and having a very, very poor second meal in lunch. And as someone pointed out, I think it's this tweet here, this is what £30 worth of food can get you. This will last a while. This has a lot of good things in it. There's a lot you could do with some of this food. Most of this food, you've got spinach and things like that. The way these children have been treated is shocking, and pain is what I feel, because I was a kid who was reliant on free school meals. I know a lot of my friends who are reliant on free school meals, and seeing what this government has done to these children. Let's not forget here, it's not just this government, it's the last two as well. It's the Theresa May regime, it's the David Cameron regime as well. What they have done to children is just abhorrent. And if you still support the Conservative Party now, if you will still vote for them in the next election, what I want you to do is never click on my videos again. Get lost. Go hide your head in a ditch. Get out of here. Never talk about politics again. Never get involved again, because you're a scumbag. You're an awful human being who does not care about children of this country. When you talk about can't do foreign aid, can't help refugees, can't stay in the EU because of finances. Let's support our own, and that's what you do. All right, mate. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.